Here, now we're live.
Are we live? Yay! It's live. And it's Suzie and Matt.
Here at Suzie Health Solutions in Wenatchee, Washington.
Welcome to Suzilla on Thursday the 7th?
It is the 7th,
Okay.
7/7. It is a really double lucky day.
I forgot my coffee. How lucky
This
is that?
is our 100th episode.
Oh my gosh! 100 of them.
We've also crossed over the 50 hours of content.
That makes sense because we do about half an hour at a time.
Mm-hmm.
About. So, so we talked about all kinds of different things. What's our favorite topic, do you suppose?
Our favorite topic?
Yeah, do we have a favorite topic?
We do not have a favorite topic.
We just talk about everything.
We do talk about everything. We're kind of revisiting we've talked about it a couple times, the importance of self-care.
Yep. The reason why that's the topic today is because we're going on vacation tomorrow.
Yes, we're getting into going to see America before it's gone.
Ooh, that's harsh.
It is harsh, but it is very important because we've got a huge amount of people that love us and care for us, and they take up arms, and it's like, hey guys, what are you fighting for? When was the last time you went and saw a national park?
That's true.
When you've gone into like small town America and enjoyed
some of these. Well, the problem is what we might be running into is people going into small town America but not enjoying themselves.
Yeah,
they're just going to, I don't know, posture or something. Of course, some of these people are coming from small town America.
Some are, but I'm talking going to a different small town.
Oh, okay, there you go. Like coming from Winthrop to Winthrop.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
We are going to a part of the United States we've never been to. We're going to the Grand Canyon.
We're going to the Grand Canyon, and we're taking a route through, let's see, it goes through Oregon, and let me think about this for a second. Down to Oregon, and then through Utah, and into Arizona, and then and there's more in there, and then comes back around. We're going to go through Nevada and up through Idaho and Oregon, and then home. Yeah,
we had to completely change our plan about 2 months ago.
Yeah,
there is so much business opportunity.
Yeah.
And this last 2 weeks, I've done nothing but create content and put in bids, and
he's been a freaking maniac, and I love him for that. Not the maniac part, because I've gotten used to that, but the fact that he's so I'm gonna tell the world that I am impressed and love you for the commitment you have to creating and keeping our business running. I'm awesomely astounded by you, and I love you and thank you. And I'm shouting it literally shouting it from the rooftops.
Okay.
So just say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, it is impressive on the capability, and of course we ran into another shut down mask indoor.
Yeah, we're doing that right now. So, well, that sucks. But what we're running into is we were planning on a vacation that would have taken us out of the area for close to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And that was just not going to fly.
Not at all, unfortunately. It was the last training for an amazing group of guys.
Yes. And
Collie Center, big shout out to them.
And they're impressive guys. They kicked some serious butt and taught Matt and Nick so much.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that Paul doesn't give enough credit for, that he does outdoor training.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we use sticks to simulate our gear, our machetes. However, it makes for social distancing a whole lot easier.
True, sticks are fun.
And
so they could do outdoor training, and they whacked each other with sticks, and they had a great time. They did, and they went on big hikes and then give themselves nasty, ugly blisters.
Yeah, it's a serious challenge.
And had a great time and learned a ton.
Yeah, it's immersion training. It's amazing. You got to do it more than 72 hours to really get the effects of it. And some of the guys are like, "Oh yeah, I get depressed after." And it's like, Yeah, I went home and applied those concepts, and I've been nothing but running crazy for the last 2 years.
Yeah. He's taken the tools, not just the physical tools, but the mental tools, and he's really put them to work.
Well, martial arts is incredibly important to me, and some of the thought processes, like the art of war and stuff.
Yeah. We discussed that here.
We have, and one of I was just doing the proposal to launch a new insurance agency, and in the conversation, it was like, be where the enemy is not, is a Lao Tzu concept.
Yes.
And
which is what we're working on.
And
I mean, I hate to call our competition enemies, but it's the same theory. Who are you talking to, Matt?
Mr. A, big hello.
Hello. Okay, so you are being where the enemy is not, which is what our goal with this new project is.
Well, yeah.
It's stuff that people are doing everywhere else, but we're trying to be where they're not.
Well, we are working with, specifically, we were looking at the marginalized communities in North Central Washington.
Correct. Because they're traditionally underserved.
Well, for example, a couple of years ago, one of our reservations had a lot of fires.
Yes.
And there's such a poor, and everyone's like, oh, it's disaster. None of us have insurance.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why don't you have at least a renter's policy?
Because they probably didn't even know they had it available to them.
Yes, because these policies are so stinking cheap. Very few agents want to educate their customers and say, hey, get this policy. You may not be able to, do the whole land, but at least you can replace your stuff.
Exactly.
If you get a expensive fire policy because you're out in fire territory with no fire stations, then you can rebuild, the family homestead that's been around for 4 or 5 generations.
Okay, in case you're curious what a renter's policy so a homeowner's policy covers the structure. It covers the home. The renter's policy usually is for people who do not own the home. They're renting the where they're living.
Yeah.
What the theory is, you take your house and you shake it upside down and you insure everything that falls out. Yeah,
and usually you have a loss of use in there,
right,
so that it helps you with like that first and last month's rent to get into a new place.
Exactly. Loss of use. And you wouldn't realize, I can just replace everything. Yeah, you realize how expensive it is to replace your entire wardrobe?
No, most people don't.
No. You run out of your house, your apartment, in nothing but your pajamas, and everything you own bursts into flames. You got to replace not just your valuable things, but your not so valuable things. Your bed, your clothes.
That's a great example of an underserved community.
Exactly, and these are people that this is inexpensive. Oh my gosh, these are inexpensive policies that can save your flipping hiney.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking on. That's just one example. I had to do a video and say, okay, this is how you do it. And this is despite them having freaking these ancient insurance agencies up there. We're talking 50 some odd years.
They've been doing it for generations.
And it's just like, okay, guys, well, you've also been doing it for generations. So
I'm just saying.
So,
and I'm doing different things in my previous generation.
We looked at our map of Washington State of where we got coverage, and we saw that we've got, hey, for some reason there's a big stinking hole here. Yes, we know there's not a whole lot of people there, but that definitely needs our attention. So yeah, we are looking this next year to really branch out and to go to those places that are underserved, hit the populations that are underserved. And yeah, we're probably going to pick up a few people along the way.
Oh yeah, because the way we're going, we're not going to be able to handle this, just the two of us.
Yeah, we were like looking at it's like, okay, how do we set it up so our phone system can do a round robin? So if someone calls, yeah, if you're busy, yeah, if I'm busy, we need that third and fourth person to be able to pick up the phone and say, hey, do you need insurance? So there are that many opportunities out there right now. So this is why we're going on vacation.
Yes, because we need a break from this to put our to let our brains cool down. Which reminds me, if you do call us and we don't answer, just fine, leave a message. We'll get back to you, probably within the same day.
Yeah, leave a message or set up an appointment for when we come back, because that's the cool thing. You can see on our calendar when we come back.
Yes, it's perfect. So yes, we're gonna let our brains cool down, because we both have got right now. Matt's doing project work. I have been doing Medicare studies. I got to study every year for the new plans that are coming out. And that's something that comes at me fast and furious. And I've been doing them as quick as I can when they come in. Trying to, we're both doing a lot of stuff, and we need to take a break.
Yeah. And
because we're not going to do anybody any good if we're burned out.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're rapidly, this thing is just snowballing bigger. Mm-hmm. And so we got to take a vacation. And our son was the one who actually came up with Grand Canyon.
Years ago. I don't remember exactly when.
I actually remember when.
Do you? When was it?
It's almost 10 years to the day.
Really? Was there a note or something?
It was. We were looking at it. It's actually closer to 11 years, because we were looking at it before I started up and did my agency.
Oh wow! Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a while ago. And then we did that instead.
Yeah, and we because it was a bad situation, because I was under control of a district manager that refused to weed and do horrible things. Yeah. And so instead of going on the family vacation, I went and spent thousands of dollars to open an agency that was destined to fail.
Yeah. However, it was a great learning experience.
Yes.
And introduced you to some awesome people that leads us to where we are today.
So yeah.
So sometimes you got to fail to succeed.
You got to fail to succeed, and you got to make those chances. But it's that step of, okay, yeah, this is a cycle that is over like 11 years in the making, to go to the Grand Canyon.
I've never been. You've never been.
Never been. It should be exciting. And Alexa, mute. And it's one of those things that we wanted to do. We're in a position to do. Alexa, mute. And we're going to hit the road. And our son's, out of all our different options we could do, our son said, because we said, are we going to take the train? Are we going to take a plane? Our son said, we got to drive.
He would have liked to have taken a train, but there was no way we could have done that in a direct enough manner. We would have had a pretty good leg on a bus.
Yeah, because it was one of those things that we were like looking at. It's like, well, how haven't we traveled in America?
Well, as a group, we haven't flown.
We haven't flown, and you've already said it's only going to be first class.
Oh, come on. I'll allow it. It's just more comfortable. Mm-hmm. It is. I enjoyed it, and So moving on, I'll be flexible to business class.
To business class. Yeah. So our son has kind of got got the bug for the great family road trip.
He's also learning. He's also in the process of getting his driver's license, so this will give him some drive time.
Yeah, he gets some drive time. It also means we got to call up our insurance our insurance agent for our car and say, hey, let's increase the coverages.
Just for a while.
Susie's already got the
I have a travel plan in place. We've got $100,000 of evacuation and repatriation, and $75,000 each of primary medical insurance, which means if I fall down the Grand Canyon, A, they'll fly me out, and B, I'll get the bills paid for first by the $75,000, and then they'll hit my personal insurance.
Yeah, so it's little steps to get along the way.
And it costs us like $20 a piece.
Yeah, it was cheap.
Stupid cheap.
We got tools. We got the mechanic looking over the car. He's already changed the oil. He's going to work on getting one of the warnings.
There's a warning light that's going off unnecessarily. He's going to fix that.
It's a whole team effort to get this thing off. There's about 4 or 5 different vendors I haven't had a chance to call back. because we're moving that fast.
Yeah. He's been doing that. I've been working on I've been booking the hotels and making sure those confirmations are ready to go. Get the itinerary and the map gone. It is a team effort.
It is. Even vacation is a team effort.
It is.
You know,
when Matt said, "Come bring in the microphone," I was working on making the last to-do list.
Yeah, because we got all sorts of things. We got a business partner that's coming in today at 4. We got to feed them tacos.
I didn't realize that was the plan.
Oh yeah, that's the plan, because we got to go over the business proposal, that business proposal, see where they're at, see where everything goes. See if we push forward on that one, even while I'm releasing business proposals to our old partners.
Oh, yeah.
So
release the hounds.
Yeah, it is a wild, wild world, and I couldn't imagine working for someone else.
No. Because what would happen if we were doing this for someone else is we get maybe a pat on the head and possibly a bonus, but we wouldn't personally it wouldn't be our baby.
Well, it's not that. It's think back to the ages of we worked for someone else.
Yes.
And this is why vacation is so important for self-employed. Mm-hmm. When you work for someone else, you could put your gear in a locker, step off the company grounds, and you were done.
In theory, yes. You could. It's not always what happened every time, but yeah.
For every normal person, that's how it works.
Yes, I know. Life's not normal sometimes.
and that's, because you weren't, oh, well, I've got this project, I've got this that's going to affect me. Oh, I got to take care of this person. Oh, I got to, no, all that stuff went away. It's magic. Oh, that's someone else's. That's HR's responsibility.
Yeah, it's someone else's problem right now. There is no SCP. There is no somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
It is all and what we're doing, they're not problems.
Mm-mm.
They're projects, they're adventures, they're, we don't look at what we're doing as a problem usually.
No, people come to us for problems and we solve them.
Well, yes.
That's how we got the whole solutions.
But what we're doing, yes, Suzie Health Solutions, exactly. We offer solutions. But what we do, what happens with with us building our business is we're not solving problems. We're creating opportunities. Wow, that sounds cliche.
No, we're actually we throw down solutions because how we started this whole Suzie Health Solution thing. Someone came to us with a problem. And they didn't understand on how the Affordable Care Act was going to affect them.
So we gave them we helped explain the solution.
And
we became the solution to their problem.
Yeah, and we went to some place where no one else was.
Exactly.
And we've done that just consistently.
Yep.
And that's probably why we're going to be driving through the Southwest. Because I was like, oh man, it's going to be crazy hot. I need to order shorts. I need to order light colored shirts.
It's going to be really nice, actually.
And then we looked at the temperatures, and it's like, it's going to be colder where we're going in Arizona, where we're going, than it is where we live in Washington State.
I told you it wasn't going to be that horrible. He doesn't believe me.
So yeah,
but yeah, it's not a bad thing to have shorts and light colored shirts.
Yeah, plans can change.
Plans do change, and just because it'll be nice in Arizona doesn't mean it's going to be pleasant in Utah.
True.
There you go. If you really want, we can always take a side trip to Death Valley.
No, that was on the list. I do want to go to, get the whole, Smalls, you're killing me.
We will see what we can do. We are going to be in the general vicinity. We'll have to look and find. You have to get me where that is exactly, and I'll see if I can. I gave us an extra couple of hours in that particular area.
Yeah.
I made it a short leg so we can have more exploration time in that zone. So we'll see. We're not going to be as close to Salt Lake City as we were on the first time we were going to go through, but we're still going to be in that. You'll have to give me an address.
Yeah, because that's one of those things. It's like we switched things up. Susie's working with Google Maps. It's already teased her about printing out the internet.
Print out the internet. I am not a Progressive commercial.
The importance of that is we're going to areas where there's no internet connection. Having printed maps,
not a bad move.
Not a bad move. And I'm still joking with her about it.
There you go.
Because you got to have fun doing these things, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge in the fact that I think you've picked out some wonderful spots to land. How we're going to get to those spots is like a freaking game show.
Okay.
It is kind of a great race. It's like, race to the next waypoint. What's our challenge? We're going to find food in this city.
Sometimes that's the way it works if we're in a big hurry. But that's why I made the legs shorter.
Yeah.
Gave us more stops so we can stop and enjoy the city a little bit.
Yeah, because, we've never gone to Utah. We've never seen the Great Salt Lake.
Nope. So it's a matter of finding, but there's a balance there because you don't want to, spend that much on hotel rooms.
Yeah, and it's different than we packed everything up and went camping, the first part, but it's still that important. It's that getting out and seeing what is different. I love the Midwest, but now it's time for the Southwest. We're skipping California just because there's
no reason to go to California right now.
Not enough time.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah,
we would have gone up and probably saw the redwoods.
Yeah, we could have. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that next year. We can go do the redwoods next year.
Yeah,
there's a lot in California we can do. It's a whole state. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
It's a whole state of mind. We are definitely.
But it's really going to depend on what is going on business wise and whether or not we even get a trip next year.
That's true. We are trying to make sure that we do this just because we need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, and
but we also know that we've got a lot on our plate, and it's just going to keep getting busier.
Well, yeah. Someone was like, well, jokingly referred to me years ago that, hey, you do health insurance after open enrollment, you're done. You can go on vacation. And
the original concept was, that could possibly. We did have cool down periods in the summer.
Some agents did. We looked at what opportunities there were, and we've always done SEPs.
Oh, we cultivate these special enrollments, absolutely. But, early on, the first couple of years, it was quieter in the summers, and we were able to take a little bit more time there. Of course, I was still working I still had a workaday job.
You had a workaday job. I was still writing commercial policies.
Yeah. And what boiled down to is when I quit the workaday job is when we were so busy that I couldn't really do both.
Yeah.
And so I had to focus on this. And because we were that busy during the summer, during the off-season quotes. It's like, well, our partner RJ used to say, well, October's dead for car insurance, for property insurance. Like, well, yeah, but that's when we're ramping up.
It's not ramping up. It's just we explode.
Yeah, we never stop going.
Yeah, and
we haven't stopped going for 3-4 years now.
Yeah. Well, what we do is we just kind of walk away for a few days.
Yeah, because you gotta.
People still set their appointments for when we come back.
Yeah, that's why we set up these calendars.
That's why we set up these calendars.
It's such a great tool.
So important to have your customers be able to schedule in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And be able to communicate, and we do that just religiously.
Mm-hmm.
3-4 years ago when we did it, it's like, oh, let's see how this works, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is the law. This is what you must have if you're a successful agent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we've gotten to the point. Because I remember the first year we introduced it with the other enrollment centers.
Oh yeah,
there were only 2 of us there was only like 2 that had schedules.
They had scheduling situations like. The rest of them picked up the idea?
Gradually, yeah, it came up, and more of us have picked it up. And it is an incredibly valuable tool.
It's so much easier for our clients as well.
And that, as most people don't know, it's like, yeah, we can have people, we do our best to have people breeze in and breeze out. No waiting around the lobby.
Yep.
And that was incredible. That was incredibly important with COVID. And that's going to continue from what we see from everything. But that's going to continue.
Yeah.
It also allows us to, reach out, and instead of just that lobby and people who are physically here, it allows us to have customers all over the state, doing video conferencing and just phone.
Yep, we are starting to, that one spot in Northeast Washington that we need to cultivate. That's going to be phone calls and video chats.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that we looked at is like, okay, well, how do we do that? And it's like, okay, I am so confident in what we do and our processes and how we take care of people that if clients from our clients that have come and done the comparison of agents, 9 times out of 10 they stick with us.
Oh yeah. Generally speaking,
and I welcome that. So it's like, yeah, I have no problem if someone says, oh yeah, we'll go, get your help, and and if they sign up with another agent, woohoo!
Then it gives them an opportunity to compare.
It gives them an opportunity to compare. The rule is last agent in wins.
Yeah.
However, if someone is doing that on a regular basis. And using us to explain all the policies, because we explain policies and how things work.
And then go somewhere else to shop because they're their buddies.
We'll just say, hey, you can have them explain it.
Yeah.
Because that's what they get paid for. There's what they call cost of goods. And so working with people, yeah, they're not all policies we get paid for.
No. And so, yeah, we can't spend a ton of time.
We can't service other people's clients.
Yeah.
It's just that some people don't understand that concept, and we've kind of, because of who we are and how long we've been going at this, we've seen less and less. Occasionally we get, once or twice a year we might see one now. Well, Alexa, mute. We will see one that will do that. Well, hey, can you quote this, or what's the best policy? And it's like, hey, great. Here, we need you to sign this form. Or hey, great. We need to let's do the application. Oh, I see you're connected. Well, hey, if you want my broker record, I'll be glad to explain it. Well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep them. Awesome. Have them explain it. And it's no hard feelings. It's one of those.
No, we're not insulted by that. And
yeah.
If the fact is, if you're connected with a broker, that's their, they're trained to do this too.
Oh yeah, and
if they won't, then you need to think real hard about whether or not you want to be doing business with them.
Yeah, because we've had a lot of people that come to us and say, "Hey, they can't get us in for weeks." It's like, here, come in. I do walk-ins during the season.
Yeah, we do. It's a challenge, but we do.
It's a challenge. We've done as many as, what was it? It was.
Oh God, that was an insane day.
It was like 23, 24 families in a day.
In one day, it was a busy day. We were both going bam, 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 bam.
And we can only do that by having people in the system, making minor changes, and have already explained policies once. And that's how you get speed and multiples doing that. By no means was that a heavy Medicare day. No. By no means was that first time.
No, Medicare is at least an hour. You're a quick review or enrollment with the Healthplanfinder is about 30 minutes.
Yep.
If we did 24 people, that's 2 people running full time for 12 hours.
Yep.
And shoving a burrito down your neck when you had 5 seconds.
So yeah, it's important, folks, to get out, see America when you get a chance. I've heard it. See America before it's gone. Hey,
I can still hate that sentence.
You can still hate that sentence, but it's one of those sentences that is very true, because we also know, like, for example, we've had a wonderful wet spring in early summer, and we're gonna see fires in probably a month or two.
Yeah, I know.
And it's gonna burn up. So
it's gonna burn up. You're so optimistic.
Wildfires happen. That's why there's insurance. So take time, grab the family, go out,
see America.
Because
we're awesome.
America is awesome.
It is awesome.
All right. So, hey, have a great day.
We are going to be on vacation next Thursday. We'll catch up with you later.
Yep. This is 100 episodes in the can.
Woo! See you next season.
All right. Bye-bye.